It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see the dynamic Alvin Kamara. He was running everywhere last week, finishing up with a 123-yard game. It's the Saints and the Packers coming up next.
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. An early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center after 9 seasons as a Raider. Derek Carr is the guy.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 21 carries, 123 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he is going to have a Saints first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. They run it again with Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now they'll throw with Carr. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
So here are the new-look Packers set to go to work. And at the helm here in 2023, a lot of eyes on this man in his 4th NFL season, Jordan Love.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
Following the interception, Love. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now the 4th-year man from BC, it's A.J. Dillon. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for 3rd. Working out of the gun, Love. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. On now is the Packers punter. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he fields it cleanly. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up first and 10 at the 40. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And some room to run now. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The Saints at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
3rd and 4.
To throw his car. Open man is Michael Thomas.
And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
2nd down and 4.
Carr going to throw. And that is incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake the block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. First time they've hooked up here, good for 17 and a first down. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Carr.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the Packers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Love with a give to Dillon.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
On 2nd down, Dillon.
And he'll do a nice job here just to find his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Fielded at the 20. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The New Orleans offense set to take over.
And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And this will wind up a Saints 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Again, it's Kamara. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5.
Here's Carr to throw. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. From midfield, here's Carr. And Thomas has it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Again, it's Carr.
And that's going to be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from a long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packers with a football here late in this 1st half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the 1st half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Love with it here, 3rd and short yardage. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now Carr throwing on second down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Carr to throw on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to let it go again. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
The kick by Watts is good, and that will do it for this first half. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way. These 2 teams going through their final adjustments. It's about time for the second half in Green Bay. So for the call, we go back up to Lambeau and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter.
It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, get us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Dillon now on 1st and 10.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Into space at the 45.
And some room to work. And down to the 16-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. To throw now, here's Love. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Off the play fake, Love. Touchdown, Packers. Josiah DeGuara, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are an extra point away from taking the lead. Carlson's extra point up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
A quality run by Kamara, who's the same dependable and often spectacular back the Saints drafted in 2017. Another season of nearly 900 yards rushing and 500 receiving yards.
Flush to his right. And his throw here is incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. So Carr will exit stage right and on his Lutz for the Saints field goal. The kick by Lutz is good, and they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So a response there to the touchdown of the opening drive of this 3rd quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
Nixon now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that part, Barrett. I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They run again with Dillon. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
At the 37-yard line.
On play action, Love to throw. That's complete to Wicks. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. Dillon now off the option. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Love, they go play action now. Rolling to his left. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. They'll run here with Dillon. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. He's still in search of his first rushing touchdown of the year, but not on that play.
I just wonder if he has some frustration starting to build a little bit because he hasn't gotten into the end zone. Has to just stay calm, stay within himself, just let it happen.
And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and this time he is in. A.J. Dillon, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Carlson's extra point up and good, and the lead is up to 5. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
But that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate, that was just incomplete.
Carr to throw again. There's Chris Olave. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now Carr. Throw left side to Kincaid.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
The Lambeau faithful making as much noise as they can. It's 3rd down. Here's Carr. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now Carr, gotta have this one.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Brings up second and 7.
They run once more with Dillon. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Here is third down and 4. Now Love. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has a Packer first down, and that should be the one that finishes the script.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
Ready?
And they will take a knee here.
Set, hut. Ready, go. Set, go.
To a knee goes Love, and that should be that.
And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.